I'll fucking wait. Who wanna debate? Straight, let me cook. Fish frying while season and marinate. Every season, it's no reason and just unanimous decision. Smash the noti bell, and thanks to all subscriptions. Mama mentality, stop fouling me, I'm goated. Body shots got them folding. Every word they can quote it. Smoking bud, watching bud, smoke these niggas Mayweather with the defense, nothing short of genius. High step into the end zone like prime time. Point me to the limelight. Mic check, it's my time. The pod god every time I deliver. You're now tuned in to GOAT Thriller. I'm here to stay. All the chatter, y'all can dead it. Let's start the show. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said it. Dinging on them. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
I'm the best ever. There's never been
fucking
anybody.
wait.
I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart.
Yeah, I said it.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every last one of y'all hit that like or dislike button. And please don't forget to put some Duke Coach K full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to my channel. And please don't forget to ring those noti bells so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy E Thriller, aka Ham Rothstein,
I didn't stutter.
aka GOAT Thriller,
I didn't stutter.
aka the motherfucking Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gentlemen in the Wolf Chat, welcome back. Now, first things first, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on both of my YouTube accounts. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my social media accounts. That entails Facebook. Shout out to everybody on there. TikTok. Shout out to all my TikTokers. Twitter. Shout out to everybody on X. And I can't forget about the gram, and I mean the gram. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Drop some popcorn emojis, because this is my favorite fucking thing to do on the sport of boxing. Yeah, I said it. And I can't do it without my brother, Mosquito Spray, aka Eddy Atlas, aka the motherfucker that knows way more about the sport of boxing than your boy GOAT Thriller. And I'm willing to confess that. Eddy Atlas, aka Mosquito Spray. How are you, kind sir?
What's happening, man?
Hey, man. It's been a minute, man. It's been 25 years since we've been at this moment, bro, in this present moment in time. The last undisputed bout that we had was 25 years ago. Took place, what was it? Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, part 2. And I believe Lennox Lewis ended up winning that fight unanimously, but the fight prior to that, Mosquito, Lennox Lewis versus Evander Holyfield, my guy won. It was scored a draw. So it's been a long time coming, and that was in the 3-belt era, Mosquito Spray. So how are you feeling about tonight's fight, kind sir?
Man, it's history on the line. It's not only, the undisputed championship, but most importantly, the lineage of the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? All the way back to the John L. Sullivan, the Jack Dempsey's, the Jack Johnson, the Jim Jeffries, the Ali, every now, Fury now and then, if Usyk, whoever come out of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the man. One. Yeah.
Yeah, he the man in this generation, no doubt, bro. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think is the rematch already scheduled to take place sometime later on this year? Because I know His Excellency said that he wanted to see them fight later on this year, but is it signed, sealed, and delivered? Do you know about that?
I heard they have a rematch clause, but I'm not sure when it would take place, if you know what I'm saying, if they go through with it. But yeah, they do have a rematch clause in the contract.
Okay, then. That's the best. So once again, man, he's Eddy Atlas, aka Mosquito Spray, and I'm GOAT Thriller, man. We're going to give y'all our analysis on the fight that what may or may not take place tonight. So let's get right into it, because I know the undercards come on at 11 o'clock. So Mosquito Spray, the first question I asked for you, I got to ask you, kind sir, in a fight of this magnitude, right? Who would you rather have in your corner? Would you rather have Sugar Hill Stewart or would you rather have Papa Lomachenko? Talk to me.
Oh man, it's both of them, man. You can't go wrong with either one of them because with the crunk, the crunk gym, you got that power boxing style, from distance, man. That jabs and right hands, and that man, and then Papachenko with the footwork, the movement, the combinations, get attacking the weak side. I mean, you can't go wrong. But now each style does suit each fighter. Fury being a bigger, more lumbering man. He's a little nimble and whatnot, but he still is a bigger, less athletic man of the two, in my opinion. That's gonna be in the ring tonight. And so the Crunk style is more suitable for him. And on the flip side, I think Papachenko's style is more suitable for Usyk, because if you look at him, he does, at least me, even down to being a southpaw, he's basically like a heavyweight version of Lomachenko.
Yep, I agree. I definitely see that they have the same like kind of stylistically patterns, and they throw their combinations from the same angles. In my opinion, bro, that is a hell of a point. Great analysis, Mosquito Spray. All right, man. So you said you can't go wrong with either one, and I feel you on that. I'm kind of split 50-50 because they both have their a lot of pros rather than cons. So let me ask you this then, Mosquito Spray. What are some of the flaws in Usyk's arsenal that a Tyson Fury can expose this afternoon, kind sir?
Well, of course, with the main one we've all seen here recently and in the past, the body. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the kind of he's susceptible to body shots, man. He don't like them basically. And also, man, the obvious disadvantages in height and reach, because Fury's going to be able to, if you will, get away with mistakes like leaning back with his hands down, just simply because he is 6'9". And, Usyk's going to have to find a way to get inside of that 85-inch reach, man, to do his work. Because I mean, of course, on the outside, we know who's going to have the advantage. So I would say just the natural build of the guys, and along with the body shots of Usyk. Other than that, man, Usyk, man, he don't really have, man, that dude, he don't have a lot of, he don't really have too much weakness in his game. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to ask you that. That was my next question, Mosquito Spray. Go ahead and take it away. Like, what do you see? Like, is there anything? Is there a little subtle thing that he do? He lean his head to the left this way, or maybe to the right, or maybe have his chin up in there. Does he do anything wrong in the ring? Because everybody got to have some kind of flaw, Mosquito.
Because even his rhythm, he doesn't allow you to time, because he switches even that up. You know what I'm saying? He's not. I mean, he changes his levels. He's side to side. He's in and out. He's never doing the same thing twice. Yeah, I mean, you saw it Joshua had 24 rounds to try to get used to his rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
And you couldn't. Yep.
Yeah, and then he turned. I mean, like similar to Lomachenko, if you let this guy get over that first half of the fight, he turns it up in the second half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His conditioning is great. I mean, he don't. He's a very serious man. He don't do no too many extracurricular. As far as what I know, I don't know about the man like that, but you never heard about doing no big smoking and drinking or nothing like that outside the ring.
He is a weird guy, though. I must say that he appears to be a weird, quirky kind of individual. Like he has a dry sense of humor from his haircuts to his outfits. I love Alexander Usyk, man. I must confess, bro. Like I like everything about the dude. He knows how to be serious. He knows how to take things light. You feel what I'm saying? But when he get in the ring, he get in there and kick ass. He ain't playing around in the ring, Mosquito. But finish your point. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. But yeah, I agree with you, man. But yeah, he's hard to time, man. I don't. It's just going. Fury is going to have to. Well, we can get to the tactics a little later. But yeah, I don't see too many weaknesses in this game. Other than the body, and then if he has a problem getting inside of that reach of Fury over the course of the fight.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate. Let me speak for the people that's pulling for Tyson Fury tonight. Wouldn't you say that he has a herky-jerky kind of hard to pick up style too, with all the feints and the footwork and him moving like a welterweight, but he's 260-something pounds and he's 6'9"? Wouldn't you say he's kind of hard to time and pick up on as well as far as his patterns?
Yeah, but so the difference is kind of like Usyk, even though he's switching up his rhythm, moving different ways, he's still in a steady pattern where he's not, I guess, if you will, let's say if the fight was to go over the course of a full 12 rounds, he's not exerting at times like high bursts of energy with his movement, as opposed to Fury, who's doing foot feints and things like that to to get his way in and stuff like that, and in order to kind of in a quick manner where he's exerting bursts of energy, and then all the physical rough and the rough and tumble stuff that we're assuming he's going to try to do to gain an advantage, him being the bigger man or whatever. So his tactics, his normal tactics, I believe use more energy, require more energy than what Usyk is used to doing, or whatever what he does over the course of the fight to gain advantage over his opponent. So now, yeah, Usyk, he, big man, athletic, can fight for both sides and change speeds and things like that. But it's I think he's going to require more energy to do what he needs to do than Usyk will, as far as like what other than what's forced upon him by the opponent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, then. So you see the betting odds are right here, Mosquito Spray. Just in case anybody that's watching this that's new to the channel, that haven't put in your bets. If you're a gambler such as myself, I'm not sure if Mosquito Spray is going to bet on this fight, but I'm thinking about putting some money down on a person. But I'm gonna get into that later on. But here are the odds, just in case anybody want to get their bets in. Now, let me ask you this, Mosquito Spray: who would you say is the better counterpuncher, or will be the better counterpuncher this afternoon?
Man, I would say. I'd actually say Usyk, man, because he can now Fury, everything with him, he can fight inside a little bit with his rough house tactics and things like that. But on the inside, yes, and Fury can. And one thing I will give him credit for a bigger man, he can shorten his shots down on the inside, a la the Otto Wallin fight on the inside. The short uppercuts and body shots and things like that. He was able to land on him, but Usyk being the naturally smaller man, he throws in the straighter punches. Usyk is going to throw the shorter punches on the inside than Fury. So, as far as like being able to be effective, I think I'd give Usyk the upper hand as far as the counter punching. You know what I'm saying? Because of his natural timing, his ability to throw in between Fury shots, and that is one thing that Fury has shown himself that has problems with. When he's had problems with guys that can throw in between his shots. Wallin did have a little success over the first half of their fight, and you look at the guys Fury's had problems with over the course of his career. I forget the guy's name. There was a guy earlier in his career who a lot of people thought beat him, but Fury got the decision. And then you look at.
Hold on. Go ahead. My bad. I think I know who you're talking. Okay, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Who was a naturally smaller man who gave him some problems. And so man, hold on, I gotta go out and come back in. Somebody trying to call.
Okay, it's cool because you sound real crispy right now, though. Just FYI, you sound real crispy. But go ahead, Mosquito Spray. Yeah. You sound good to me. But you can roll out and come back in just to make sure.
Yeah, switch me to speakerphone and mess my thing up.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. But yeah, I tend to lean towards what Mosquito Spray is saying based off of the film study I've been doing over the last couple of days and months, rather. I think that Alexander Usyk is the much better counterpuncher. We've seen glimpses of it against AJ, well, pretty much all fight against AJ. You feel what I'm saying? In both fights. And then he just has a tendency, like Mosquito said, to create those angles and to shoot that straight left hand right down the pipe. And I think that shit could be problematic for Tyson Fury. But if you're Tyson Fury, man, you're going to want to try to stay on the outside this whole entire fight, because if you allow for Alexander Usyk to create those angles and to get on the inside to land those straight punches that Eddie Atlas was just educating us on, he gonna be in for a long night, Mosquito Spray. He gonna be in for a long night. But take it away. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good. But yeah, the smaller men, that I forgot the guy's name, Steve Cunningham. You know what I'm saying?
Cunningham, you're right. Didn't he drop Tyson Fury in that fight?
Yeah, dropped him hard.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, my bad.
And so yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, man. The tactical game between the two of them, and then you can even see like even their weights on the scale. Usyk knows he's coming in, let's say roughly 10 pounds above what he's normally been as a heavyweight, in order to deal, I believe, with the rough house tactics of Fury. And then Fury is coming in, he's slim and trim by his standards at least. You know, he's about 260.
But he
As
still weighed
opposed
260 though.
yeah, yeah.
I was tripping when he said his weight. I'm like, but damn, he's slim. But I guess he lost weight the right way, or he cut down on the bad foods, the sugar intake, or the beers. I don't know. My bad.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing too, man, to look at. Because you look at the progression of their careers, Usyk's come up from a cruiserweight or whatever, but even since he's been as a heavyweight, he's always, he's had a natural progression of, in between fights, getting on weight and everything. Very up and down, yo-yo, and that's very taxing on your body. You know what I'm saying? And they're not young men anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up with the top of the top. I mean, whether we like it or not, Fury is, to this point, he's the lineal champion. He's a man. You know what I'm saying? But then Usyk is, Olympic gold medalist. Ran through a murderous road to become undisputed at cruiserweight, and then has 2 victories over Joshua, 2 dominant victories over Joshua. You know what
Whooped
I'm saying?
his ass from pillar to post.
Yeah. So
he made it look easy.
Yeah, and neither man can come in a half step in this evening. You know what I'm saying? They both have to be on their A game. So it's gonna be very interesting.
And I think there's a lot to be said because a lot of people not talking about this. Alexander Usyk has the opportunity to become 2 times undisputed, y'all. So he would be right up there with Terrence Bud Crawford, the boogeyman, aka the #1 pound for pound fighter in the sport. One of his favorite fighters as well. We've heard Usyk mention it as well on a plethora of occasions. So with that being said, Mosquito Spray, I heard you just say something, right, as far as Tyson Fury. Who would you say has the better footwork in this fight, kind sir? Because what do you say to the people that say that's rooting for Usyk, who is picking Usyk over Tyson Fury, that say Fury's legs isn't the same anymore? He doesn't have that same bounce. He don't really stand on his toes, and you know what I'm saying, and move gracefully and float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. And my Muhammad Ali voice. What do you say to those people that say that, Mosquito?
I think Fury's. I mean, we're gonna find out a lot tonight, man, because he did look bad in that Ngannou fight. But was it a case of him regressing, or was it just a case of him not taking Ngannou seriously? But at the same time, even though with the Wilder fights, even though he was he won, but he stopped him twice brutally and all that. Them fights took a lot out of him too, especially that third one. You know what I'm saying? He took some punishment. So it's kind of it's some questions that's gonna have to get answered tonight. We can think and wonder and think we know, but it's some things that we don't know. We're gonna be some stories gonna get told in that ring, and that ring is nowhere to hide. The truth is gonna tell itself as that fight goes on. Now, do I think Fury has the legs he had in 2015 when he fought Klitschko? No, I don't. And have I seen Usyk, show me he has? Yeah. Usyk. If I had to say who got the better footwork right now, I'd have to say Usyk. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna find out though, man. It's very interesting. I'm excited about this fight, man, for many reasons, several reasons, man. Just the history, that it represents. We got 2 bona fide undefeated, and we gotta call these guys the 2 best heavyweights in the world right now. We have to. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, yeah, so I'm very interested in this fight, man. I really
Do you think this is a true, legitimate 50-50 fight, Mosquito Spur?
I do, because we don't know exactly what Fury has left in the tank. Yeah, he can look as good as he wants to on a scale. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't mean nothing. And then Usyk, he's proved himself. Yeah, we could say, Dubois fight should have been a stoppage or whatever, body shot. Well, whatever the hell, he still got up and knocked his ass out. You know what I'm saying? and then he dominated Anthony Joshua twice. And judging from the way Joshua looks now, I mean, of course, I would love to see Joshua face the winner of this fight, but I would think that Usyk would do the same thing to him again. Unless I see something different. I mean, it just, man.
Yeah, I was not to cut you off. I was having that conversation with my guy D Young. Shout out to D Young, man. But yeah, he was talking. He was asking me, he made a statement. He was like, he think not Fury, but Usyk is going to retire after he beat Fury. I'm like, but shit, I do see a rematch happening, but after that, I think he might possibly fight AJ again for a big bag because we know his excellency gonna want to see that fight. But then again, would it even be worth it because he done already beat the guy 2 times convincingly? So I think it just really depends on the kind of bag that he's going to get, to fight Anthony Joshua again. I don't know though, but yeah, we was having that conversation. Shout out to my nigga D Young, man. Go ahead, Mosquito. My bad.
Yeah, I could probably agree with that though, because you got to look at it. Usyk, he is 37 years old. I mean, again, the man, Olympic gold medal, undisputed at cruiserweight, and then to come undisputed and lineal, and lineal at cruiserweight also, and then undisputed and lineal at heavyweight. I mean, what else is it to do? And then, I mean, let's say now if it's a close fight or whatever, and it'd be buzz for it again, of course, I believe they'll do it again. But if let's say he go out here and the second half of the fight look like his, against Joshua, he do Fury like that. You know what I'm saying?
But would the people even want to see a rematch? That's a good point.
Yeah, and then what we would be talking about, we would have to talk about, man, where's Usyk ranked amongst the all-time greats? I mean, think about it. He's doing this, man, that they've been touting. You don't have people, of course, I strongly disagree with it. You don't have people say that Fury could have whooped Ali and all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Stevenson, Ryan Kardashian, Garcia with his goofy line, cheating ass, just said it the other day. It's just so disrespectful. It's the testament. Yeah. Hear a nigga say that he would whoop the great Muhammad Ali. Oh my, I was gonna say Cassius, but I don't want to disrespect him. But whenever he was Cassius, oh my God. I don't see nobody beating that dude as a heavyweight. Nobody, Mosquito.
Nah. And so and then they even they interviewed Lennox Lewis because they was asking because Fury said, if he wins this fight, it'll make him the greatest heavyweight ever.
I saw that.
And Lewis, he'll be the best of this era or whatever, of course. You know what I'm saying? But not all time, whatever. So because man, this dude, y'all just can't get over that old video of him uppercutting himself in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think he would. I mean, I think he would have been a good heavyweight back in the day, but I don't think he would have been as good as everybody making him out to be. Like, I think he would have struggled against obviously Lennox Lewis. I think he would have struggled against Evander Holyfield, dudes of that nature and that stature. I think if he was in that era, Lord knows how his career would have played out. Mosquito Spurt.
Yeah, or even the prime could he have kept up with the quickness, speed, and explosion of the 1988 version of Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep. How would he be able to deal with that animal?
Yeah,
a disciplined Mike Tyson at that time. I don't know. That's a hell of a point. Hell of a point. So let me ask you this, Mosquito. Who would you say has the better ring IQ in generalship in this fight? Would you say Alexander Usyk or would you say Tyson Fury? Who would you give the edge to?
Now I would say I would give Fury credit, and I believe because he can. I mean, we've seen him confidently and comfortably be a switch hitter in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And his ability to control distance and then get rough, mix it up and get rough when he needs to or whatever. And here recently showed not one punch power, but good power. The uppercut he knocked out Dillian White with.
That was beautiful.
The way he wore down Wilder in those 2 fights and stuff like that. But then you got Usyk, man, with the movement, man, the ability to get on, like Lomachenko, to get on that weak side and the in and out, the up and down, and man, and then I probably, man, cause right now I'm looking at I got my TV muted. They showed the highlights of Usyk and Tony Bellew. How he,
that's what I'm over here doing. The highlights too, Mosquito.
How the fight ended with him just walking Bellew down and knocking him out on the ropes. How the first Joshua fight ended with him almost stopping Joshua. The fight's ending with him having guys backing up. You know what I'm saying? And dominating these guys, man. It's just right now. I guess I'll give the edge to Fury because of how he did Wilder. A punch of that magnitude. Or whatever to be, but you could say it's even. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just give Fury the edge just because of the switch hitting or whatever. But then, man, the wheel Usyk, man, the will. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I just don't see this dude being, because then you got Fury, who's shown himself to be at times mentally unstable. You know what I'm saying? With the how he behaved after the Klitschko fight. You know, he went on the bench with the, outside the ring and stuff, and then the first after the first what was it, the Wilder fight, where he was kind of Wilder had to take him to court to get the rematch or some kind of mess.
Yeah, he didn't want to give him a rematch or some crazy ass shit like that. Wasn't it after the third fight, if I'm not mistaken? I thought it was after the second fight. He didn't want to give him a trilogy match or whatever.
Yeah. So it's just, I think Usyk, man, overall, just as far as like when you add the sums of the whole, man, as far as like being overall as a fighter, man, I give Usyk the edge, man. He just has an unbreakable will, man. He is technically sound, you know what I'm saying? And the guy can do it all. The only thing that I would say he's lacking is the concussive power that some of these heavyweight champions have, but there have been plenty of great champions who didn't have that. He makes up for it with everything else, man. But then with that said, he we saw him hurt Joshua a couple of times in other fights. The man
He
can't
did.
punch.
He was dinging on him, man. He was dinging on Joshua. Oh my god! I'm talking about rocking him, bro.
We saw him make Dubois, who just stopped Big Baby Miller in dominant fashion. He made him quit on the knee with a jab. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Very impressive. Now you mentioned something about Fury being a switch heater, mosquito spray. Now, when I was watching that pre, what do they call that shit? The media day workout. I was watching Alexander Usyk. He was fighting orthodox on the mitts. How do you feel about that? Like, do you think there's going to be in his game plan, or do you think there was just a little bit of gamesmanship, so to speak?
I think it was gamesmanship because the southpaw position is an advantage. And then also looking at it, I saw it, but he didn't look fluid or natural doing it.
Yeah, I sent you that. I texted to you.
Yeah. Now I will say this: if you look at Fury over the course of his career, like we talked about, it was a guy early in his career. You got Cunningham, you got Wilder. I'm talking about the guys that have dropped him. The punch that Fury is susceptible to is the overhand right. And Usyk being a southpaw, of course, maybe he would, try to switch up on the inside or something to try to give himself, space to land an overhand right. That's the only thing I can think of as far as like.
Didn't Francis Ngannou catch him with an overhand right, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh,
what was that Rock Fury? Wasn't it an overhand right? I can't remember. Somebody correct me in the chat, man. Let me know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember, but yeah, he caught him with something, bro.
Yeah, I forgot about Ngannou dropping him too. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Bro, he done took a lot of punishment, bro, and I don't know how his chin gonna hold up if he get hit flush a couple of times by that straight left hand from Alexander Usyk mosquito spray. Now, let me ask you this. Let's move on to my next question. Who would you say has the better jab coming into this afternoon's fight for us?
I say Usyk because Fury he throws more of a probing and a blinding jab to try to set up his right hand. Usyk throws he throws more of a power jab. You know what I'm saying? And Fury of course has the range advantage or whatever, but Usyk his jab will get your attention. His jab will snap your head back consistently every time he lands that bitch. He throwing a hole with intention. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Virgil Ortiz, David Benavidez. Yeah. So
damn, mosquito. So if you feel like Fury don't have the better jab, I just don't see how he can win this fight. I don't see how he can win this fight.
He's gonna have to keep if he can keep Usyk on the outside and discipline him when he gets close and tie him up in rough house and But if you look at it, so think about this. You think about the Wilder fight, right? So the second Wilder, I think the second one where Wilder put on the weight and came in like 229 or whatever.
I believe it was the third fight. That was the third fight. He came in too goddamn heavy for reasons I still can't fathom.
Yeah, so
it was the third fight. He was too big and he gassed out. But go ahead.
Yeah, so on the night of the fight, Wilder was 220. Let's say when the bell rung, Wilder was probably 230 or something, right? And Fury was probably 270 or whatever, 275. So he outweighed Wilder by 40 to 45 pounds. And then Wilder's a wide stance, heavy-footed guy who's trying to land, the right hand or whatever. So you got Usyk, who weighed in at 233 yesterday, and Fury weighed in at 260. That's 27 pounds. Let's say Fury goes up in weight. Let's say he goes up 10 pounds or 15. He's gonna weigh 270 to 275. Usyk gonna probably come in and win about 240. So that's about a 30 to 35 pound difference. And then but the question is Usyk is it gonna affect Usyk's movement, especially later on in the fight if it goes late? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm worried about. Yep.
Yeah. But then also, is it gonna make him more effective if he has to, do a little grappling and tussling with Fury on the inside? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm assuming he put that on to be able to deal with that. So it's like I said, it's gonna be some questions that's gonna have to get answered over the course of this fight, man. And I'm very interested to see how things unfold. I'm very interested. I'm kind of lost. What was your original question, man?
No, the original question was about the jab, but go ahead. You educating everybody in the chat, man. And once again, I got to let you know this because I wanted to tell you last night, but I'm going to tell you now. D Young was like, he hit me. It was like, hey, man, y'all doing a breakdown because I really want to know who Mosquito picking and why. Like, niggas really be wanting to hear your breakdowns, bro. So feel free to take as long as you want to break down each and every meticulous point in the sport of boxing, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. But yeah, so the
but
inside
it was about a jab. Who had a better jab? My bad.
Yeah, so I give Usyk the advantage on the jab, but so the inside game, man, it's going. So now with Fury with the rough housing, you got guys like Wilder who again, yeah. So that's where I'm going. Yeah, so now I remember. So yeah, he's more of a heavy for the guy who's there trying to land his shot. So he's kind of cooperating with he's there for Fury to hold on to and hold down and roughhouse. Usyk with that movement, his ability to duck under shots and constantly move and in and outside the side. Fury's gonna have to be picking his feet up to find him. You know what I'm saying? To come try to lay on and all that. And he could potentially walk into them shorter shots, and you know what I'm saying? And Usyk throwing 2-3 at a time, moving to the jumping back and forth. Man,
he's a hell of a body puncher too. I don't think people give him enough credit for his body punching because I notice he'll blind you with his jab, right? And then he'll come right below that with a right hook. You know what I'm saying? To like a little subtle and then he out the way, like he stepping to the right or he stepping, you know what I'm saying? Like that dude is very fluid, like the fluidity in which that it's like watching, like you said, it's kind of like watching Lomachenko, like a heavyweight version of Vasily Lomachenko, bro. But maybe even more polished. He might be more polished than Vasily Lomachenko.
Yeah, and he has that, and again he has that the Eastern European, that Eastern bloc, unbreakable will. You know what I'm saying? Like that because Joshua was touching that second Joshua fight. Joshua was touching his ass. He even getting touched to the body in that fight. You know what I'm saying?
He got caught with a good one in that fight too. Yep, I remember.
Yeah, he worked through that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of like smoking Joe Frazier. As the fight goes on, he smokes. He gets going. He warms up as the fight goes on, and these guys can't keep up, man. So that's why I say Fury's gonna have to hope to wear him down and land some big shots, whatever, over the first 6 rounds. Because they get in that second half of that fight, man, Usyk is gonna be a problem to deal with, man. In fact, he has the faster hands in this fight. He has the shorter punches in this fight. Fury is not just some big murderous puncher all of a sudden. Yeah, he's a bigger man now. That he can wear guys down, but he's not gonna come out there and land some magical punch and make somebody pass out. He's never done that. You know what I'm saying? So so he can be outworked, man. And then like I said, if Usyk ain't there to be held and be roughhoused and be wrestled with, Fury's gonna really have a hard time. But again, on the flip side, if Usyk can't get inside, which I just don't see that not being able to happen. It could be a rough fight, man. But Fury throughout his time has had problems with smaller guys who can get underneath him and get inside of his shots and punch between his shots, which Usyk can definitely do. And man, so you want to know how I see this fight going?
Yeah, I was about to ask you, man, what? Because we got to get to that. That's why everybody here mosquito spray. We're about 21 minutes away from the undercard starting. So let's get right to it, man. What will it take for Tyson Fury to become undisputed today, bro? How do you see it playing out for Tyson Fury in order for him to win?
Yeah, for Fury to win this fight, man, I think it's going to have to be a case of Usyk miscalculated by putting on the little extra weight, and which slows him down over the course of the fight. Well, Fury can deploy his his roughhouse tactics and herky jerky and shit, and keep him on the end of that jab, and then get inside and rough him up a little bit with the dirty boxing and stuff, and maybe stop him late or just outwork him to a hard fought unanimous or split decision. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Fury stopping him over the first half of the fight. I don't see Fury bulldozing him like he did Wilder in the second fight. None of that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a hard fought fight for both guys. Like I said, they both undefeated for a reason. They both considered the top two guys for a reason, and they both have strong wills. I mean, you got to give Fury credit. I mean, that first Wilder fight, even though I thought it should have got waved off, that motherfucker did get up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did, like the Undertaker.
Yeah, and so it's gonna be very interesting, man. These guys, they who has the stronger will, and then Fury is gonna have to, he's gonna have to stay consistent, with his work, man. He's gonna have to. His best thing is to try his best to keep the fight on the outside. I think
I agree.
I think he believes he has an advantage on the inside, but I don't think he does. I don't think Usyk is going to be there for him to hold on to and roughhouse and do all that shit he did to Wilder and whoever else. You know what I'm saying?
That he tried to do with Francis Ngannou, but that shit wasn't working against him.
Yeah, because Ngannou was just as big and strong as he is, and
exactly.
He has that wrestling background.
Yeah, the MMA shit. Them niggas a different type of strong. Them niggas strong. Let me say this though, Mosquito. My only reservation I have about Alexander Usyk going into this afternoon's fight for us, because of course we're located in the United States of America, is his stamina. It seems like he do it because, like you mentioned earlier, he do a lot of bouncing from left to right, forward and going backwards. Fight he can do it all. But I did see him kind of gas in some of those Anthony Joshua fights. You feel what I'm saying? And I do think that could be problematic going up against a guy like Tyson Fury, because if his stamina ain't on point the way that it should be on point, I think it may be in a way tougher fight than it should be, bro. To that, you say what?
Yeah, I agree. And then plus the extra weight too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say it's we're gonna get told how it's gonna go during the fight. So, but maybe he did it right. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing he the one with the experience, so I'm guessing he know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter of if it's gonna hold up over the course of the fight. And on this, particularly in that second half when he's usually picking up the pace on these guys and throwing more combinations and things getting rougher on these other guys, is he going to be able to do that to Fury? You know what I'm saying? Basically imposing his will in his way. You know what I'm saying? And if he can't, man, it's going to get.
Would you consider Alexander Usyk to be a slow starter? Would you consider him to be a slow starter, since you say that he kind of gains steam, kind of like Joe Frazier, the later the fight goes?
Well, I mean, he downloads data and everything, and he gets his time and distance and all that. It takes him about good 2 to 3 rounds to fill you out and see what
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It sounds like you got on the screen, the boogie, man. Give it's that little look that Usyk was Tyson Fury. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, and it's but once he gets that situated, man, he's a problem to deal with, man. He really is. I know he's a smaller guy. He's coming up in weight. He's not a big thunderous puncher, but man, he's whooping these guys for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And the way he ran, like I said, they ain't the heavyweight, but the way he ran through that cruiserweight division, man, and it was like it was a murderer's roll. You know what I'm saying? He whooped up. Man, he dominated. I mean,
I watched that Tony Bellew fight this morning. I watched that fight this morning. He put the beats by Dre on him, boy.
Yeah, Usyk is an amazing fighter, man. I have a lot of respect for him, man. I'm very high on him. I really am.
I am too, Mosquito Spray. So with that being said, what would it take for Alexander Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion of the world, to become undisputed, 2 times undisputed rather? What will he have to do in order to do that?
He's going to be Alexander Usyk, and he's going to have to, get in and out with his work, his timing, the jabbing his way in, and working around to that weak side, and throwing them 2-3 punch combinations, getting out there before Fury can get a hold to him, and stay away from that that 1-2 of Fury. That's what he's looking for. And on the inside, don't let Fury just grab a hold to him and rough him up, man. And it just win the exchanges. You know what I'm saying? Like get in between, punch in between Fury shots, land something to get his respect early, and just outwork him, man. And then I mean we could. I don't know. We might could see something special this evening, man. I mean, something we didn't expect.
So you think there's a chance that there could be a one-sided ass whooping tonight? Is that what you're saying, Mosquito Spray? Similar to Earl Smith and Terrence Crawford?
Yeah, it could be, man. It could be. You know what I'm saying? It could be either way because it depends on who made the right choices in camp and leading up to the fight, as far as from a weight standpoint, from a tactical standpoint, from what they're used to doing to other guys standpoint. You know what I'm saying? And whether that's going to work with each other tonight, because they both of them tonight. One is going to have to be taught how to lose tonight. They neither never lost as a professional. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's it's very, 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 very interesting, man. Very interesting, and I cannot wait to see these questions get answered tonight. I cannot wait.
And listen, man, the biggest question of the day that we need to know is, who are you picking, Eddie Atlas?
Well, from my head and my heart standpoint, I'm gonna say first. I'm gonna tell the head reason.
Go ahead.
Now, based on recent performances, based on what I've seen, I've seen them perform against different styles, different opponents, and how they handle different situations, and the steadiness of their work, the steadiness of their discipline, the steadiness of them applying their trade. I'm picking Alexander Usyk tonight, man, to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the next lineal champion of the world, the one name, the one face that we recognize as the baddest man on this damn planet, Alexander Usyk. And then, like I said, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be some rough moments, man. But I believe he's gonna pull through. And then also, don't be surprised if over the second half of this fight he starts dominating Tyson Fury. Do not be surprised. That's if Fury is unable to do all the get a hold to him and do all the the little bullshit, the rough house, the dirty boxing, and all that shit.
The dirty tactics that he tends to do in his fights. Yep, I'm listening.
Yeah, and then from the heart standpoint, I just don't want to. I'm just tired of people saying that this goddamn conehead, knock knee motherfucker with love handles is the best. I refuse to believe that
ever.
And then this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like he's undisciplined at times. He's wishy-washy. He flip-flops. And you got Usyk who's just steady. You know what I'm saying? And then even when they had the final press conference, Fury turned away, wouldn't look at him like he just Hollywood.
I got it right here, bro.
Yeah, and then yesterday just trying to push him, like Usyk pointed over that crowd like he told him something, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he told him. I can't wait for this fight, man.
Yo, that moment, like literally, when I was watching that shit live, I went to my fucking my feed, my history, because I posted that shit with Bud and Earl Spence a while back, and I put them together, and I was like, and I posted on Twitter the shit that went viral. I said, I've seen this look before. You feel what I'm saying? Like it seems like to me. I'm not saying this is the deciding factor of the fight, but I'm willing to say that Fury had a lot of nervous energy, at this fucking particular moment in time.
Yeah. And then
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, then I understand that when he got cut in camp and all that shit, man. But he because that Usyk had to stay in camp all this time, and he ready to let this shit go tonight. You know what I'm saying? He bringing
Super
all this
sure.
shit. You know, all that old, he call him gap tooth and all that shit. He ready to bring all that shit in the ring tonight with him. You know, Usyk he been respectful and all that, and you know, of course, he talking a little shit, whatever. It's supposed to as a champ, but he ain't disrespect this man. He's behaving like a champion. He's been a champion, and I believe he's gonna leave the champion tonight.
How do you see it playing out? Do you see it on the cards, or do you think he could possibly stop Tyson Fury? Like, if you're a betting man, like, what would you bet? The straight money line? Matter of fact, let me put this shit back up so you can see it again. But go ahead, Mosquito. Let me put these betting eyes back, brother.
It's hard to say Fury getting stopped. The only way I can see Fury possibly getting stopped would be if he's able to just get him dog tired and wear him out, and just make the referee come in and wave it off or something like that. Which I don't. Again, Fury, man, the Gypsy King. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, unbreakable will. I'm going to give him more credit than that. I don't see him getting stopped. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be a decision. Probably a tight decision, whatever, but I think it'll be by decision. But don't be surprised. There are times in this fight if it goes the way I see it could possibly go in Usyk's favor. Don't be surprised. There are times when it looks like basically like a heavyweight version of Lomachenko out there being Lomachenko against Tyson Fury when he's stepping up the gas and Fury can't keep up with what's coming at him like Joshua could. You know what I'm saying?
And kind of just similar to what Lomachenko just did to George Kambosos last week. He made him stop, made him quit because he's relentless. And when he smells blood, he is on your ass. Shout out to Lomachenko. But go ahead, my bad, Mosquito.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like kind of like how he looked with Kambosos, and I know your boy, whatever, with Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to the Dream. I'm still licking my wounds, man. It's a rough fight that night. Shout out to Trill Bill Haney, man. You're still Team Haney. You feel what I'm saying? Just because he got his ass kicked. Yeah, I said it. I ain't jumping out the bandwagon. I feel like the man got, a lot left in the tank. Hopefully now we're going to see what happens on, May 22nd as far as those test samples. But yeah, go ahead. My bad, Mosquito Spray. You just took me back to a horrible moment in my life.
But yeah, it's man. This you know what, man? Because I had been saying that the biggest fight I was looking forward to was, of course, the BWF and Bevo. Of course, man, I hate that went.
That's the fight I want to see more than anything. I'm not gonna lie, Mosquito.
Yeah, but this is a very nice consolation, man. This is the man. It's the lineage, the heavyweight lineage, man. So I'm very excited about this fight. Of course, as an American, I would have loved for, of course, but man, we still got two men that are undefeated. Ain't no question about whether or not they should both be here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The two best heavyweights in the world at this very point, right now, as we sit, are fighting for all the marbles, man. It don't get no better than this, really. It don't. This movie shit. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking to that point, Mosquito Spray, let me take the time to give a shout out before I give y'all my fight prediction. Shout out to His Excellency, man, Turki Al-Sheikh, for making our dreams come true. Like, if there was ever a time to be happy and to be proud to say, look, man, I'm a fan of the sport of boxing, now's the time, because this dude is giving us dream matchups that we thought we would never see. He wants to make other big mega bouts between, certain dudes in one division and another division. Like, he is excellent for the sport of boxing. He is literally on his Dana White shit, Mosquito Spray. So I must give this man a big old round of applause, man. Shout out to His Excellency. Because today's fight couldn't be happening if this man wasn't backing both of these fighters, if this man wasn't a true legitimate fan, a connoisseur of the sport of boxing. So shout out to His Excellency. Shout out to the Prince over there. Shout out to Saudi Arabia for putting on these fucking magnificent fight cards lately, for putting on for the sport of boxing, because God knows we have been on our knees begging and praying for this moment. It has taken 25 years, Mosquito Spray, and we finally got it, man. So shout out to Tyson Fury. Shout out to Alexander Usyk. Shout out to His Excellency. And man, let me give y'all my pick. I just got educated by Mosquito, and I was already leaning that way. And goddamn it, listening to him break this fight down, he pretty much seeing it playing out the way that I see it playing out. I got Alexander Usyk winning unanimously. Unanimously. I think he's going to be too fleet of foot. I think he's not going to be there to get hit. I think those awkward angles and those fucking unorthodox punches and his boxing instincts is going to be too much for Tyson Fury at this point in his career to handle, because Mosquito Spray, aka Eddy Atlas, pointed to the undisciplined nature of him. You know, being fat, being out of shape, getting cut and count, not taking the sport of boxing seriously all the time. It's very similar to Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Cry. And things like that, because we know Errol Spence had all the talent in the world. But you and I both know that Earl didn't take the sport of boxing seriously. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm kind of looking at Tyson Fury, although he's way more skilled than Errol Spence. But when you're going up against a guy rather, that has just as many skills as you do, who is way more disciplined than you, who has just as good as a trainer as you, hey man, all bets are off. I got Alexander Usyk tonight unanimously.
Yep. Another thing I forgot to point out, man, late in fights, because of his size and weight and all that shit, Fury has a hard time keeping his hands up later on in the fight. He gets away with it against these slower, guys that are big guys but slower.
A motherfucker that can't box like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, Usyk gonna be able to pay for that shit.
Yeah. That's a hell of a point. He do tend to keep his hands low, Mosquito Spray. But hey, man, we 5 minutes away from the undercards. And I know with you being a boxing savant, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. the boxing connoisseur, you're going to want to watch all of these fights just like me. So, hey, man, give it shout-outs, man. I'm going to read some of these comments, and then I'm going to hop off so we can enjoy these fights. And then I'm going to double back. I'm going to try to double back after the fight. I'm going to have my kids, so y'all might hear a couple of, crying and shit, crazy shit going on in the background, but we're going to bring Mosquito Spray back on and let y'all all come on the rock and give y'all a post-fight reaction to the fight. But go ahead, Mosquito Spray. Let the people know where they can follow you or, whatever.
Man, I'm on, the social media platforms, Mosquito Spray, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
We need you to get a channel, Mosquito.
I know it, man.
I know we've been talking about this shit for behind the scenes a long time, but you can fill a void just in the YTBC, man, because a lot of people want to be educated. A lot of people want to know about certain fights that was close or controversial. How did you see in that fight play out? You feel what I'm saying? So I think it'll be a great idea for you to get a channel, Mosquito.
Yeah, I need to go on and do it, man. Quick BS. I had a couple things going. I'm getting on the other side of the stuff, so I'll probably try to do it here sometime soon, man.
Yes,
but
sir.
I appreciate having me on. I love talking about this shit, man.
This is my favorite shit, bro. This is my favorite shit, talking this shit with you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all like, subscribe, come part of Wolfpack, follow E3, and man, we got to get back together after this fight, man. See how it went.
Definitely, man. I can't wait. This is the best part about it, seeing who was right and who was wrong, man. This is the most exciting thing about the sport of boxing. But shout out to everybody that voted, man. I got 14 votes right now asking who will become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. 29% are saying Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, and 71% are saying Alexander Usyk, Mosquito Spray. So the chat, even though it's not that many people in here, and this just goes to show that a lot of people be casuals. You feel what I'm saying, Mosquito? Because a lot of people used to love the bitch and moan and say, oh, why y'all talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford all the time? Thriller, oh, that's the only thing y'all talk about. But see, this is a prime example. Whenever we talk about these other great fights where these fighters that ain't really from the USA, these motherfuckers don't show up. You feel what I'm saying? But they talk a whole lot of shit in the comment sections. So shout out to all y'all motherfuckers, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Until next time, we are gone. Holla.